A very good afternoon to you and thank you for joining us on BeeTv 3 p.m. News Updates. I am Ruth Obodu and now the news in detail. In a bid to review key infrastructure interventions aimed at boosting academic and research capacity, the Managing Director of the Niger Delta Development Commission reaffirmed the Commission's commitment to completing all abandoned projects. BeeTv News Temitope Oluwafemi reports.
In an effort to strengthen collaboration and assess the progress of critical infrastructure projects, the Managing Director of Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogboku, paid a visit to the Niger Delta University, NDU, at Wilberforce Island, Amasoma. The visit, which forms part of a wider inspection tour across the Niger State region, was warmly received by the university's Vice-Chancellor at the Senate building. During the reception, the Vice-Chancellor highlighted some of the key challenges currently facing the institution.
I want to crave the indulgence of your commission to think about providing quarters for staff, both teaching and non-teaching. We spend close to 300 million every quarter to buy diesel alone.
If it comes to converting that 1,000 kVA generator we just gave to you people to CNG, when you're ready, call on us, and NDDC will take up that cost. As part of the directives that have been given to us as a board and management by Mr. President is to ensure that all abandoned legacy projects of the Commission are being... Today, I'm very, very much impressed that
project in the Amasoma community, where plans are already on the way to include an extension to the existing structure. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for BeeTv News.
Now, ahead of the 2027 general elections, a pressure group in Ughelli South local government area of Delta State, Ughelli South political colony, has reaffirmed its commitment to the All Progressive Congress, pledging to deliver a total victory for the party in Ughelli South during the elections. Chairman of the group, John Evenwonde, made the declaration when he led members of a political colony on a familiarization visit to the Delta State chairman of the APC, Eda Omeni Soboti, at the party state secretariat in Asaba. Chairman of the APC in Delta State commended the group for their dedication and charged them to remain united and open to new members, describing unity as the party's greatest asset ahead of the next elections. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has unveiled the Babajide Olushola Sanwo Library Complex at the Lagos State University, Ojo. Governor Sanwo-Olu described the library as a symbol of the state's unwavering commitment to education, knowledge, and innovation. He said the library represented more than a physical structure, being also a living testament to the transformating power of learning and dreams of generations to come. He said the facility will serve as a place where printed words meet digital possibilities and where heritage meets innovation. The Vice-Chancellor of LASU, Professor Ebiyemi Olatuji Bello, described the inauguration as a historic milestone in the school. She said that the library added to the catalogue of remarkable infrastructure development recorded by the university under the governor's visionary leadership. The library complex is equipped with digital research facility, reading lounge, innovation labs, and extensive archives.
With his digital research, with his reading lounges, with his innovative labs, and with all of the archives that it will put together, is indeed an expression of that truth that education can be used to change the world.
The library complex signifies the future of learning, providing an environment that nurtures creativity, critical thinking, and innovation for students, enhances research capabilities, and fosters cooperation for the university. It also establishes Lagos State as
in recognition of his steadfastness in choosing a successor during the free and fair party primaries ahead of the 2023 governorship election. Deltans have continued to express gratitude to the immediate past governor of Delta State, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa. Director General of the Delta State Orientation and Communications Bureau, Dr. Fred Latimo Ogenesive, said Senator Okowa did what many others could not. He stood his ground and ensured the swearing-in of Governor Sheriff Obowori, despite intense opposition within the party. Dr. Ogenesive noted that Governor Obowori's remarkable achievements have continued to attract commendations across political divides. He added that those who supported the governor now walk tall, proud of his performance. He further assured that the governor's recent foreign investment drives will soon yield tangible results, creating more jobs opportunities for Deltans. Dr. Ogenesive also highlighted the recent endorsement of President Bola Tinubu and Governor Obowori as sole candidates for the 2027 election, describing it as a recognition of their visionary leadership under the Renewed Hope for More agenda, a framework aligning federal and state development efforts for greater impacts. A former presidential candidate, Omoyele Sowore, has been rearrested by the Nigeria police shortly after his appearance at the Kuje Magistrate Court. Mr. Sowore, alongside Nnamdi Kanu's brother, Emmanuel Kanu, a former member of Mr. Kanu's legal team, Aloy Ejimako, and 10 others, had earlier met their bail conditions. The court, presided over by Magistrate Abubakar Umar Sadiq, granted them bail in the sum of 500,000 naira each, with two shorties residing in the Federal Capital Territory, possessing valid identification and a 3-year tax clearance. The defendants were also directed to submit their international passports. Mr. Sowore was rearrested by the police and is expected to be arraigned on Monday, 27th of October, on a fresh charge related to false accusation. Experts say unlocking the entrepreneurial potential for women could transform communities and significantly boost national growth. This call was made at the Leadership Transition and Growth Forum held in Lagos. According to the Nigeria Economic Summit Group, empowering women-led enterprises could increase the company's GDP by as much as 20% in the coming years. Outgoing president of the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs Alumni Association of Nigeria, Adebisi Odeleye, emphasized the importance of inclusive policies and sustained investment in women's entrepreneurship as key strategies for reducing poverty and promoting sustainable development. Experts at the forum also urged women entrepreneurs to look beyond profit margins and focus on building a stronger and more resilient Nigeria, one where every dream has a chance to thrive.
And more prosperity. So we need more access to finance, we need more access to markets, we need more access to all the regulatory bodies and simplified regulatory body mandates.
Telling our women stories, the wealth of experience that it is that they have, using that for other women as well so that they can, continuously blaze the trail, and then making sure that we are bringing opportunities that can drive the women's businesses forward.
You have to drill your mind to do what it has set out to do. You must also have patience. It's a virtue, and it's also an ammunition. If you're not patient, you can't achieve anything. Everybody's in a hurry to make money. What about sustaining that money? Sustainability is what we're talking about.
We are trying to build awesome women that are not just making it well in their enterprises, but
The report obtained on Thursday showed that 81.91% of the amount was utilized, reflecting improved budget performance and project execution across key infrastructure sectors despite fiscal pressures and revenue shortfalls. The Budget Office noted that the utilization rate underscores the government's commitment to accelerating infrastructure delivery despite fiscal constraints and revenue shortfalls experienced during the period. The president of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, has said the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has the opportunity to increase its 7.2% stake in the Dangote refinery. However, Dangote said this would happen after he must have proven to the state-owned company what the refinery can do. Within the next year, he noted that the refinery business will list 5 to 10% of its shares on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The World Bank plans to deploy as much as $14 billion to boost global agri-business by 2030 through a new program dubbed Agri-Connect, part of a broader effort to create jobs and drive inclusive growth in developing economies. The initiative, announced during the World Bank Group International Monetary Fund annual meeting under the theme From Sectors to Systems, Building Job-Rich Economies at Scale, is designed to help shift smallholder farming from subsistence to profit-driven enterprise. The lender says Agri-Connect could generate millions of jobs while strengthening food systems and rural economics in low and middle-income countries. The outgoing president of the African Export-Import Bank, Prof. Benedict Orama, has said that the bank expanded its balance sheet and guarantees nearly eightfold during his decade-long leadership, growing from $6 billion in 2015 to almost $44 billion in 2025. He said this achievement reflected the institution's resilience and its central role in advancing Africa's development. He further noted that the bank had recorded strong financial returns for shareholders, paying out an aggregate of almost $1.4 billion as dividend for the period from 2015 to 2024. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for BeeTv News.
So many lives in Gaza still hang in the balance. In different wards of Nasser Hospital lie 2 10-year-old boys, one shot by Israeli fire and paralyzed from the neck down, another with a brain tumor. Now that a fragile ceasefire is in place, they are among some 15,000 patients who the World Health Organization says are in need of urgent medical interventions, the reports.
Olab said, sits gently stroking the hair of her son Amar. His family says he was in the tent in southern Gaza when he was hit by a stray bullet fired by an Israeli drone. It is lodged between 2 of his vertebrae, leaving him paralyzed. On Wednesday, the WHO coordinated the first medical convoy to exit Gaza since the fragile ceasefire began on the 10th of October. It took 41 patients and 145 carriers to hospitals abroad via Israel's Kerem Shalom crossing. With ambulances and buses taking the group on to Jordan, some have stayed for care there. The UN agency has called for numbers of medical evacuations to be rapidly increased to deal with the thousands of cases of sick and wounded. It wants to be able to bring out patients through Gaza's Rafah border, crossing with Egypt as it has done previously. However, Israel has said it is keeping the crossing closed until Hamas fulfills its commitment under the terms of the Gaza ceasefire deal by returning the bodies of deceased hostages. Israel has kept the Gaza side of the Egyptian border closed since May 2024, when it took control during the war. Speaking at a news conference on Thursday, the head of the WHO, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, said the most impactful measure would be if Israel could allow Gazan patients to be treated in the occupied West Bank, including East Jerusalem, as happened before the war. Top EU officials and foreign ministers of more than 20 countries, including the UK, have previously called for this, offering financial contributions, provisions of medical staff or equipment needed. After the Hamas-led attacks of the October 7, 2023, Israel cited its security reasons for not allowing Gazan patients in other Palestinian territories. It also pointed out that its main crossing point for people at Erez had been targeted by Hamas fighters during the assault. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza says that in August 2025, at least 740 people, including nearly 140 children, died while on waiting lists. At Nazar Hospital, the director of pediatrics and maternity, Dr. Ahmed Al-Farah, expresses his frustration. It's the most difficult feeling for a doctor to be present, able to diagnose a condition, but unable to carry out essential tests and lacking the necessary treatment. Dr. Al-Farah says, this has happened in so many cases, and unfortunately
Now to the entertainment news. Socialite Kumbana Chipri surprises Lucky Udu with cash gifts after he opened up on financial struggles despite helping people gain spotlights. Also, Nigerian rapper and singer Zlatan Ibile has shared how an academic setback changed the course of his life. Let's join BeeTv News Evening Izibili for more details from the entertainment world.
The popular content creator had taken to social media to seek financial help while lamenting being broke. In a video he shared, Lucky Udu revealed that he is struggling financially due to the damage that had been caused to the brand. He noted that social media saying that if Lucky Udu posts you, your own don't finish, had negative effect on his brand, even making him lose so many opportunities, including an ambassadorial deal. In another development, Nigerian rapper and singer Zlatan Ibile has shared how an academic setback changed the course of his life. Speaking on Apple Music One with South African host Nandi Madida, the artist said his poor performance in mathematics and accounting stopped him from gaining university admission in 2011. Zlatan, whose name is Omoyini Temidayo, said the experience was disappointing at the time but became the turning point of his journey. Nigerian socialite Priscilla Ujo has melted hearts online as she celebrated a special milestone for her son Rakim, who just turned 2 months old. Taken to his official Instagram page, Priscilla shared a series of adorable photos capturing the early moments of her baby boy's life, from his first smile to tummy time adventures. Tragedy strike as talented Hollywood actress Isabel Tati passes away, with details emerging online. According to a report, the actress passed away on October 19, 2025, aged 23. Report says that Isabel Tati's talent manager Kim McRae passed away from Charcot-Marie Tooth disease, a rare inherited neurological disorder. According to Kim McRae, Isabella Tati passed away peacefully, and her family has requested privacy as they cope with the loss. Evelyn Isabella reported for BeeTv News.
And now to sports. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim has hit back at Liverpool counterpart and slot criticism of his tactics after their clash last weekend. Amorim became the first Red Devils head coach since Louis van Gaal to beat the Reds at Anfield, and was quick to dismiss his opposite's numbers comments. Ahead of United meetings with Brigittin, and the Portuguese coach wants to keep the good momentum going. BeeTv News sports correspondent Frima Osawe has more of these and other latest stories on sport for you.
Harry Maguire powered home a late header to claim a precious 2-1 victory and snatch 3 points away on Merseyside on Sunday. Amorim walked away from the game as a renewed man and quite possible back from the brink of being sacked. The Red Devils are not just 3 points of second-place Manchester City, and some optimists are even earmarking them for a surprise title challenge. There is nothing better than a late winner. Against your fiercest rivals, and the Maguire goal could prove to kickstart the Red Devils season. It's not only marked one of the best performances United have had under Amorim, but it's coming at Liverpool's expense made the win even sweeter and slightly more bitter. Gabriel injury doubts as Arteta gives updates ahead of Crystal Palace clash. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has said Gabriel Magalhaes is an injury doubt for their Premier League match against Crystal Palace on Sunday. Gabriel was substituted off against Atletico Madrid on Tuesday night with an issue, and since then the 27-year-old has not trained with the rest of the squad. Arteta also ruled out the prospect of Noni Madueke, Kai Havertz or Matthew Odegaard returning within the next week. Elena Rybakina pulled out of a Pan Pacific Open semi-final on Saturday, citing back problems a day after securing